First message for the month, drink water. All of the creams and all the vitamins and all the skin treatments. Drink water. That's the thing that'll do it. It's not working, drink more. It's not working, drink more. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Happy April. This is officially the new year. 2025 is actually commencing now, even though it's also experienced as just the second, third of the month, right? But the year doesn't really start until spring. So on March 21st, it was the new year. So happy 2025 as well. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for coming back or anew to the existential shift. We will be going through all the signs, starting with Aries. Happy birthday, Aries. Through Pisces and then also Ophiuchus. I feel like I have not worked with the animal spirit in quite some time, and I always love the messages that come through from working with them, and you guys seem to love them as well. So I was thinking, let's bring them back a little bit. Let's do that. Let me let the dog out. Who let the dog out? Go outside. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Okay. Can you imagine being dependent on a different creature when you want to go pee? Anyway, I'm gonna have to get up and let her in once she wants back in. Anyway, so as I was saying, I will do all 13 signs. I will be working with the animal spirit. If you're watching the recording and you feel inclined to timestamp, that would be fantastic. If you'll timestamp all the signs, including intro, including Ophiuchus, in one comment, I'll be able to pin it and be grateful. Ooh, a little fun announcement. On April 11th, so if you're watching it before Friday, April 11th, I'm going to go live and I'm going to give you guys, my channel members, free date of birth channel messages. It's psychic numerology, at least that's how I refer to it. So if you're a channel member, if you're an active channel member, hop on the chat, just press notify me. The live is already scheduled, so just press notify me so that you don't miss it, especially in case they change the time a little bit, because then you'll be able to just hop on the chat, write me your date of birth, and I'll just stream a message for you. If you're not a channel member, you have until Friday and the live, including in the live, to join channel membership and then receive your free message. Just a little thank you for those of you who have been in ongoing support and reciprocation. It's helpful and important. So thank you, and may your generosity return to you 1,000-fold. So every now and then I like to kind of give back. Even though I know I already give back a lot initially, not the back in the first place, putting up a lot of free content here on YouTube, but no, I did, yeah. Anyway, gratitude is there's no such thing as too much gratitude, right? There is such a thing as too less gratitude. And by the way, if I had to choose one thing that most serves as manifestation tool in the most practical manner, I would say gratitude for everything you have. You're drinking water, feel immense gratitude for it. You're eating food, feel immense gratitude for it. You have a bed, feel immense gratitude and express it. And that will really echo energetically and manifest more things to be grateful for. So, all right. Shall we begin? Any other announcements that I left out or forgot about? I told you about the live numerology birthday messages. Half of the tarot scopes for the month of April are already up, so feel free to watch them. I'm going to continue doing them for all the signs. And And you know what? The rest is in the description box. Okay. All right. How are you guys doing? I see some of you are in the chat. Feel free to say, even if you're watching this as the recording, you can either answer me in the chat or in the comment section. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me how you're doing. How much you love me. Because why not? Happy Sunday. April 2025. Let's begin with Aries. Message for Aries, April 2025. Message for there's a cat here that really wants to go outside, but he can't. He's not allowed. He's not an outdoor cat, he's an indoor cat, but he has the inner tiger in him. He wants to go outside, but he can't. Maybe it's a message for you, Aries. Maybe you are a tiger on the inside, but you are contained to being a house cat. That's not a good feeling for an Aries. It's not very natural for an Aries. Okay. Right, because not only you're not a kitty, you're a dragon. However, you are being contained, like in a womb. This black egg. That could be referred to as a dragon's egg. So the dragon in you that is waiting to be out and about, birthed or rebirthed, is already seeing itself as it's going to be. Think of it like a seed of an oak tree, seeing itself as the oak tree that it's going to be. And I think the reason you have the ability now to self-perceive yourself as such, Aries, is because you're ready to crack the egg and come out and play as the dragon that you are, however that applies to you guys, right? Whatever power means to you, whatever freedom means to you, whatever living by your core archetype means to you. This is an ancient one. See, people view evolution as a linear timeline where we progress forward and leave the past behind, be it past events, be it past self. So when I say that you're evolving into your core archetype, if you're philosophical, maybe you're thinking to yourself, that's not evolution, that's regression. Going back? Well, your core aspect, that applies to all seekers, the core aspect of your existence is in the electric spark of the heart, the place from which you began, and the place to which you will return. Everything is circular. So when we go back to our core archetype, we are progressing into our highest form of existence, because in this physical realm, we're not necessarily in our highest form of existence, right? We came from spirit. We came from broader dimensions. That was a broader frequency of your existence. And when you'll return to it, you're not regressing, you're back to your highest pure form after you've gone through the journey of remembering what it means to be that. Some of you, your spirit had to remember what it means to not be a dragon. Or should I say, your spirit had to recognize what it means to not be a dragon in order to appreciate being a dragon in the first place. You had to experience being inside the egg to know thyself and the importance of being thyself. Especially with Aries, your archetype is the self. It's the first spark of individual existence, from where everything kind of evolves. So if you don't do that, then the rest of the signs is like a domino effect, or they can't build themselves on top of that foundation of creation, of initiation, of fire, of chi, of life force. So if you're hiding, it forces every energy and spirit that is reliant on you doing the dragon thing, whatever that is for you. It deprives them of being able to rely on it and then do their role, right? The other signs, every sign has a role. So in this month of April, you are tuning back in to your inner dragon in flying, perhaps, or at least breaking through the, making cracks in the shell, like tapping on the door, demanding to be let out. And maybe it just starts with peeking outside, seeing what's out there, seeing the sky, seeing where you can fly to, what you can score with your fire, what you can breathe life into, should I say, breathe life into. And start planning, right? It's almost like April is a transition month for you where you start waking back up into your reality after being in a dream, and it served its purpose. Hello, nope, nada. Good day, and thank you to you too. What else for Aries about this? And these are both cards that represent spirit, by the way. They're not part of the fourth element. It's ether, the fifth element. Confirmation. Okay, that's an entire reading in and of itself. So we're gonna leave it there. Okay, thank you so much, Aries seekers, seers, and shifters. Let me know if that resonated with you or how you feel about that. And if you want to book a personal reading, you're welcome to do so. Link is below. Okay. Next is Taurus. What's up, Taurus? Message for Taurus for April. Happy birthday to those of you who celebrate at the end of April, the first 10 degrees of Taurus. Taurus, message for Taurus for April. First card out, the Scorpion. Okay, one more. And Deer. So we have fire element and earth. And another card. Thank you so much, Nope Nada, for the well wishes. I appreciate the blessings. One more card for Taurus, please. April. Oyster. I'm not picking up that these are your energies, you know, Taurus. I feel like there's a lot of contradicting energies at play here who are focused on you. They're focused on you. But they have different reasons, different agendas. Only one of them, this deer energy, is genuine. The other two, the scorpion and the oyster, you know the phrase, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. They're not viewing you as they're not in your sphere right now because they care about you and are concerned about you. They might say that, right? Um, but there's something to do with you that they need, or and it's known to, they know what they're doing with the scorpion here. It's very conscientious. um they're aware. I'm picking up that someone is keeping you like at arm's length. They're keeping you around because they want to know what you're doing and what's going on, and they want to be able to still have influence over you, but they're not completely letting you in because they don't want to, right? Because it's this genuine, ingenuine, whatever the right word is. However, this deer here stands out with their genuine care and concern. But this deer is surrounded by the oyster and the scorpion, and I think the deer knows what these two are up to, or what these energies or people are up to. Um, and they're finding their own creative ways of trying to show you or tell you or hint, but they can't fully say it for whatever reason. They're on that side of the aisle with them. That's the thing. Maybe they're working together. Maybe they're part of the same team, group, family, something like that. And they have a different approach towards you. Surface level, someone who doesn't understand what's going on or doesn't see, deeper, would say, oh, all of these energies care for you. If anything, the deer is the most, seemingly not aloof, but allowing. So maybe they're not as caring as the scorpion and the oyster, but with the scorpion and the oyster, it's more performative. And with the deer, it's more genuine. So Taurus, you want to make sure that you recognize the deer energy in this situation and listen to them, to whatever they say or even don't say. Or try to pick up if they're hinting at something, or flat out ask them if you think you know who this is. Just be like, is there something you think I need to know? Right? Is there something you want to tell me? Because I feel like they worry about flat out saying it so it doesn't come across a certain way. Um, and I think if they were to tell you flat out and directly, they might be risking something, maybe losing favor or losing a position or Losing. There is a level of emotional attachment and connection to these energies. So it's also like, it's not like they're imprisoned and these energies are guarding them. It's more complicated than that, right? They don't want to go against them. They don't want to hurt them per se. They feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So if you're cross watching for Taurus and you're like, yeah, that's me, I'm the deer, say something, because this is a little murky. Okay. Good luck, Taurus. Wow, interesting. Okay, next would be Gemini. Oh, and Taurus, if you want to further discuss your life, you're welcome to book a personal reading. The link is below. There are phone sessions, and then there's also a video chat. Gemini. For April, please. Message for Gemini for April. Influences and energies to do with Gemini seekers in the month of April. Oh, first card is the golden egg. Okay. I'm hearing prodigy. Maybe you're the prodigy. Maybe you have a prodigy. One more. Crow. Okay. Golden egg and crow. In a way, it kind of looks like the crow is like standing on that egg. So we have spirit, ether, and air. Very cerebral and also mystical. Maybe cerebral is not the right word. So this egg, whatever it symbolizes for you, is seen very differently by different people, depending on the capacity of whoever is observing that egg, right? They hear different things, they see different things, they analyze this egg differently. This egg could be a person in your life, this egg could be you, this egg could be a situation. But this person is almost like a mirroring effect, but they are also kind of in and out of this dimension. So they're here physically, but their consciousness conveys with other dimensions, other energies. What you see is not what you get, but it's not from a place of deceit. They just exist, right? They're not over trying to be or do anything. But then because people see like a slice of their 360, if they find out something else, once they expand to the ability of perceiving more than what they have perceived, then they might be tempted to blame this golden egg with, oh, you hid this, or you weren't um, upfront or open about something. Just because someone doesn't tell other people everything that they do all the time, it could maybe make them a humble person or a quiet person or a private person. But people who project, let's say someone is the kind of person to hide things from a place of deceit and manipulation, might project it onto them. Oh, you hid this and that because whatever. So you might feel like someone is doing that to you, Gemini, because this energy is so elusive. It's hard for me to grab if it's you or someone else. So just I'm gonna keep saying the egg and you apply it. Okay. Um, and this egg is teaching. It's teaching its environment, but without formally teaching. What does that mean? Either by example or by just being a living, breathing example to to the knowledge that they carry. And it's a treasure of some sort, right? Crows really love to gather treasures, but also a golden egg, right? It's a treasure of some sort, but it's a treasure of consciousness, right? It could be a very evolved consciousness, or almost like, you know how dogs are like angels on earth. So, some people come here with a very purposeful type of frequency, um, to kind of serve as something to the people that they encounter. A catalyst, a trigger, a reflection. Um, so it's kind of like there's an audience that watches a movie, and this golden egg is that movie, but every audience member has a different scene that resonates with them, or they are drawn to this character as opposed to that character, or they pick up a different moral of the story from it. Same movie, same egg, but multiple people could experience the same person. And again, they're not doing different things with different people. They're just themselves, but different people bounce back from them and have a completely different experience depending on their bouncy ball that bounces back from them. This analogy is giving me a headache. But here's the thing. If you feel like this is you, I get why it might be challenging and difficult to experience in life. But, speak to your oversoul. Like it's a very Dharma like life path. It's a purpose. It's not punishment. It might feel like that sometimes. You're like, what did I do to deserve this painful karma? It's not punishment. It's just you're serving as something, and you don't even need to be in like a status position to for it to be applicable. You can just be a person like everybody else. Now, if this is not something that you feel you resonate with, but maybe it's someone in your life and this is a message for you to not that you're projecting onto them instead of learning from them. So that can also be something to consider that is important. Okay, Gemini, if you want to speak further, check out the description box, book a session, or check out Tarot Masterclass. I think some Geminis could really, really benefit from it. Mm-mm. Okay. Thank you, guys. Next is Cancer. Grateful. Cancer for April. Message for my Cancer seekers for the month of April, please. fish, water element. And cheetah and dragon, fire and spirit. Water and fire, and then spirit. Water and fire create, fuel, gas. Well, not gas, but like smoke, right? Very ether. Smoke is very, very ether, very spirit element. It's where fire and water, they meet and create air element, but a little bit more complicated or a little bit more smoky. So spirit. So this reading is very there's an alchemical flair to this. Cancer, I feel like there's an energy that is kind of nagging at you, possibly being demanding and expecting. They're trying to take you out of your comfort zone and get you to evolve really into your strength. Like some of you are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. And some of you are just kind of hiding your strength even from yourself because maybe you're carrying some sort of fear of abusing your power, maybe a karmic, memory of things not going well when you're tapped into your power. So you're keeping yourself small. No, I'm just spiritual. Well, we're all spiritual. No, I'm just into spirituality. I'm just into being quiet and keeping to myself, and I'm not looking to rock the boat. But that's not your energy. You're not a fish, Cancer, you're the ocean. But you're acting like you're a little fish inside the ocean. And I feel like this cheetah is hunting you out of the waters to kind of force you into the air, to the oxygen. You're like, no, I can't handle this element. Yes, you can, because you're not actually a fish, remember? And so that you could turn into the dragon that you are. Whenever cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn act small and incompetent, no one is fooled. You might be fooling yourself, and not from a place that is looking to lie to yourself or to others. It has you have your reasons to do that, right? But it's not working. And others sometimes can see your strength that you don't show. They can feel it, they can pick up on it, they can tell that if they were to push too far or trigger you too much, you'll roar, right? And so you can show it not just when you're cornered in an extreme situation where it bursts out uncontrollably. You can show it with like little, in little ways, consistently, and kind of own up to it. So that's what April is to you. It could be a person that is kind of pushing you out of your comfort zone in a way that you might not like, but will be very beneficial to you. Give me one moment. And Cancer, if you want to talk to me, check out the description box and you can book a session with me. Hold on. Come here, lady. Girl. Right. Thank you, Cancer. I hope this was helpful. Next is Leo. Just want to check something. Okay. Hi, Leos. How you doing, Seeker? Let's see. Message for Leo for the month of April. First card out is Fire Ant. And then Next would be and snake. So I have fire and earth. The bottom of the deck, Cobra. Did you see the Libra reading? Watch the Libra reading for April. Okay. Leo, I see you being protective over a wound, an injury. Could be inner or outer that you already have. It's not something that is coming. That feels like it's being pressed on. I feel like for some of you, you have this emotional trigger point button that there's a lot of people who really know how to press it. Like they really know how to get you going with it. And you need to be more protective of it. If you're the kind of person that is now going open to all healing, and if anyone offers, you're just like, yeah, come and give me a treatment, give me a Reiki, give me a this, give me a that. You got to be more selective and protective with who you allow into your energy field, vortex. People from very good intention, just from lack of skill, can really embed some of their stuff into you once they're in your auric field. Um, and it's a very sensitive spot, so it currently still needs to be guarded and protected and kept, kind of like you wouldn't want to pick a wound, right? You want to let it sit, let it heal, let the skin regrow. I feel like you've done everything you could except for letting it sit and heal naturally and organically, right? You've given it medicine, you've allowed other people, healers, doctors, whatever the case may be, to treat it, to help it, advisors, whatever applies, right? You've done all the things, but except for just letting it be and kind of letting it do it. Everything has the capacity of self-healing. You just gotta let it, you gotta not block it. So I see for some of you, the actual medicines and healing processes have served, ironically, as blockages. There is such a thing as overwatering a plant, right? There is such a thing as overdosing on a medicine. Some of you have been overdoing it a little bit or allowing others to overdo it to you. Time to kind of reconvene and let it be. Okay? Good luck, Leo. And if you want to talk about it or anything else, feel free to book a session. Link is below. Okay. Virgo. Everyone is being very quiet today. Is it for Virgo for April, please? Message for Virgo for April. Where is your energy, Virgo? Are you hiding? I think you are hiding from something. From this hyena, maybe. Okay. Okay. And there's raccoon. Fire, earth. One more card. And lamb. You're definitely the lamb / raccoon. I'm not picking the hyena from your energy at all. Okay. But there is repressed. Okay. Sorry, I stand correct. This is about repressed anger that you're not dealing with, you're not coping with. That, just to be clear, you're the slam, right? You're very pure at heart, you're very well-meaning, you're very healing in your nature. That inner rage that you're carrying, or anger, or insecurity, or trauma from the way certain people have treated you, either growing up or whatever, from people who backstabbed you, betrayed you, used you, played you, all the things, because it created inner rage, and then it got incorporated with this natural pure lamb energy that you are, it created this interesting hybrid raccoon. You don't want to express that anger because you're not an aggressive person, but you're also not completely in your clean truth because there is that anger inside. So you're holding it in and masking it and presenting to the world this integrated energy of part lamb, part hyena. And that hyena is not to say that that you're a hypocrite or deceitful. No, it's just you gotta face that inner rage inside of you that doesn't allow you to present yourself to the world as you are. This is something you really need to touch. And so, unlike with the Leo message, this is something you do want to nitpick because it's almost like a bullet, God forbid, right? But it's just the best example. A bullet goes into the body and then it's not being plucked out, and then the skin and the flesh grows around it, and then it stays there. But it causes havoc, right? The gunpowder, the toxicity, just the experience itself stays there and even goes into your bloodstream and influences everything, whether you're aware of it or not. It has this underlying. So if to continue with that example, every physical situation that you have has that underlying condition that is kind of helping it and creating it even, or is just added to it. And even if you don't think it shows in your behavior and in your words, people, especially people who are perceptive and in tune, can really pick up on it. And then there's this dichotomy or dissonance between, an aspect of your behavior that is very calm and loving and sweet, but then also that anger. So, how do you nitpick at it? I do recommend sports, especially fighting arts, martial arts, because then you're able to express that energy and let it out, give it an outlet in a safe environment, even a philosophical environment that also gives you health and strength, right? So it's a package deal. And when you meditate or when you just sit with yourself, acknowledge that you're angry. That's the first step. It's not to say that you need to, take it out on anyone. That is absolutely not the guidance. No, but acknowledge of how you feel. That's the first step. Telling yourself, I carry this anger. I carry this rage. I carry this unresolved trauma that is making me on edge. You know, listen to how your mind communicates with you. We all talk to ourselves. What is the flair of what is the nature of the conversation that you're engaged in when you're talking to yourself or when you're imagining conversations? What is the sentiment? What is the approach? What is the energy? And it will tell you a lot. So you can start with the semantic if that's something you resonate with. You can start with the semantic of changing how you speak to yourself and how you engage from that place. But it's just gonna strengthen the raccoon energy where you suppress it and just change the behavior. Again, don't take that leap into, oh, taking it out on others. No, but acknowledging, 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 and feeling it. As long as you need to feel it, and punch a punching bag, scream to the pillow, dive under the ocean, take off the mask if you can scuba dive, and just take out a scream. Or you don't even have to be a scuba diver. Just go into a pool or into the ocean, dive in, and just take that out. Let that out. Okay. Figure out ways to let out physically that pent up energy, but also to go back to that injury and heal it. Okay, so good luck, Virgo. That's a very interesting message. Oh, and it's coming up for April because this is the month where you're guided to do so. It's cardinal fire, right? It's Aries season. And it's the blind spot because it quincunx you, Aries. Right? So you're not seeing your own inner fire and rage because you're so focused on the essence of the Virgo-esque energy that is very pure and loving and healing and calm and put together, right? And poised. You don't rage. You're classy, right? So when you do, it's hard for you, A, to admit it, A, to acknowledge it, to see it even. Good luck, Virgo. If you want to talk further, check out the description box and feel free to book a private personal session. Okay. Next is Libra. Give me one moment, Libra. Okay, I'm just checking something technical. Libra. For April. Libra for April, please. Felt the need to lean. I need to lean, Libra, lean. Okay. Let's start with we have Nightingale and Bee. And we also have the frog here. Okay. Air, water. Libra, there are people who are worried about you. And they're very well-meaning and very wise. And they're debating if to say something or if to keep quiet. They feel like you might be in and out from different, states of mind. Maybe you're doing some drugs, hallucinations. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe you're just keeping to yourself, working a lot. But they're feeling like you're running away from something. Like you will say, I'm going towards this and that, the things that I do. And they will say, you're running away from something that you don't want to acknowledge or talk about. Um, and the thing is, if I had sensed energies that are like superficial or unaware or projecting, I would say you're probably right. But with this nightingale and frog, they're actually very wise and very perceptive, and very genuine with their concern. And so I would venture on, like, if during the month of April they're trying to talk to you, express advice, how they feel, what they think, um, maybe try to listen, maybe try to listen, and because it could be helpful. High crimes against art. Hi all, I can resonate with the Virgo reading. I like to make music as a way of expressing myself. That can work out in Tai Chi. Oh, cool. Glad that you resonate. Nope, nada. Thank you. Rage tastes horrible and coats the tongue and then the words. Thank you, Lady M. Always, always. Thank you. Okay, so Libra, I think kind of connecting with these individuals and listening to them and giving room to their guidance or advice could be very helpful, like collaborating with them, cooperating with them. Maybe there's a healing methodology that something that they can add or teach or show, um, could make a lot more, could make it more wholesome and workable and um, successful. I see you joining forces with individuals that are very, very wise and have healing abilities and knowledge, and that it can really take you to the next level. What is going on? The chair that I'm on is like creaking. It can really take you to the next level. Good luck, Libra. If you want to talk, link is below. Okay, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? Okay, Scorpio Seeker. For the month of April. We're also getting the golden egg. Did Gemini have it? Who had it? Wow. And then the horse and firefly. Gorgeous. So I'm just gonna put on chili. Okay. Hold on. There's something that you cherish, that you care about, that is of great meaning to you, that someone feels really like amazed by. They really appreciate it. They're like, wow, Scorpio, look at that thing that you have. And they chat about it. They go around and they chat about it. They tell people about this amazing thing that Scorpio does, or this amazing thing that Scorpio has, or this amazing thing that amazing person that Scorpio is dating, or amazing job that Scorpio just got, whatever. Or the amazing way Scorpio designed their home. I don't know. and they talk about it so much, it kind of waters down the energy of it, and it opens up for um, Ain Hara, the evil eye. Now, there's a concept in Kabbalah that says when you speak very well of someone, like when you praise them in front of other people, um, even in front of them, to them, when you praise someone and speak very well of them and kind of do that, if you don't add a blessing to them, and may they be blessed and may they continue to prosper and may they continue to be successful in this and that. You're basically opening them up for, it says that you're opening them in a very witchery way to almost cursing. Of course they don't mean it because they're saying all the good stuff and they will be like, no, I meant really well. I'm flattering you. I'm advertising you, great. They have to add that blessing, or the energy is really open to other people's jealousy, desire to want the same at your expense. So if you're feeling like someone's constantly flattering you or talking very well about you to others, but something about it makes you feel uncomfortable and you're like, why do I feel uncomfortable with this? Like they're doing something very kind, very amazing, very supportive. I should not be such a drag and and be upset with it. What's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with you. You're picking up on something very, very true and very ancient, and that is very real. Um, so, just message to all seekers: when you talk very kindly of someone and you flatter them to them, or especially to others, especially if there are others in the room, especially if they're not in the room and you're talking to someone else about them and how amazing they are. Um, You always have to vocally also add, and may them be blessed and continue to succeed with whatever applies to what it is that you're talking about them. Otherwise, you're not only hurting them energetically and weakening their luck and success, or great choices, whatever. You're also karmically, it said from that same source in Kabbalah that the karma of it comes to you first before it hurts them, and it will. It hurts you first because you're the causation, you're the cause, right? um it doesn't matter what you in Buddhism, they say that it's all in the intent, and good intent can sweeten a karmic verdict. There are many things that are very similar between Buddhism and Judaism, but in this one, at least specifically this one, it says the opposite. It says it contradicts that notion. It says doesn't matter that you mean well, you're creating harm from a place that is frivolous and reckless and ignorant. Ignorant. So I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm saying someone else is doing that too, and I'm also teaching in general about what that is. So you're still gonna face the consequences of what your actions did, even if you meant really well. It's counted based on the bottom line. What happened to someone based on something that you did or didn't do, say or didn't say, regardless of your intent, that's how karma operates, or consequences, whatever word you want to utilize. Um, so someone could be very well meaning by flattering you and talking great things about you. I feel like you know who this person is. Just take them aside and be like, hey, I'm so grateful and thankful that you think so highly about XYZ, and that you're supportive, and that you're telling people about this. But first, maybe you don't need it, so you can say that if that's the case. But if you want them to continue, let's say they're recommending you, right? Let's say they're recommending your services and it's professional, so you want them to continue that. Just be like, hey, but would you mind like adding a blessing or an energetic cover for in case, as protection from Ein Hara, ill intent, evil Ein Hara. For those of you who are like, oh, that's just old granny stuff. Ein Hara, evil eye is not real. Jealousy is real. Sabotage is real. Even if people don't mean to, When they're jealous, they do things that they will lie to themselves about. They will excuse. Okay, most people are very unaware of how jealous they are when they are, because it's like a nasty thing to feel. No one wants to be the jealous type. So they will explain why they do what they do, why they sabotage you with, they will reason it. Don't rely on people's intentions, okay? Don't. Your life is here to be prosperous and wonderful, and just, yeah, so that's an interesting message. I hope it was helpful. And I feel like this is a message that is helpful for all seekers, by the way. So any of you timestamped Scorpio, please add that this also applies to all seekers, the message that was received here. Okay. What is going on? It wasn't creaking earlier. Let's see. No, it's not screeching. Yay! That's nice. Okay, Scorpio, if you want to talk more, link below. You know what to do. Book a session. Okay. Flattery is just like slander and gossip are dangerous. Flattery can also be dangerous, especially if it's not very authentic and someone's just wanting to like look a certain way or get something out of you. And especially when other people hear, they can get upset and be like, ugh, who do they think they are? They're not, and be like, oh, they're actually not that smart, or "Ugh, they're actually not that pretty, or "Ugh, they're actually not that skilled," whatever, whatever is said. Um, it kind of brings up all the gunk. It triggers people. It really triggers. Now, I'm not saying that. Okay, sure. So you shouldn't compliment. It's very important. It's good to compliment. It's very kind. It's very nice to receive a compliment. It just needs to be genuine, and you just want to add that you want that person to continue to be blessed. Okay. Saji, hi. How you doing? Message for Saji for April. Saji, you hiding? Oh, too many cards. Message for Sagittarius for April. Ooh, oh. Crocodile and fire ant. Okay. This energy makes me feel uncomfortable a little bit. Um, Literally imagine a crocodile trying to eat ants. I don't think he even has the mechanism. Like they're built to chew on heavy chunks of flesh. It was a almost sneeze, semi yawn. I don't know what's going on. Sagittarius, you are not in a supportive environment. Might seem like it, but you are surrounded with different types of predators that will, as soon as they have the mechanism that makes it possible for them, they'll chew you up. Um, you might be aware of it, and so you're wisely spreading your energy thin in a way that they can't really grasp or smell. Um, I would really recommend to take yourself out of this environment. And those of you who know that it applies to them, you know this is something you're constantly in hiding prey mode, having to dodge danger. Um, it's very stressful. It takes, even if you're very capable and even if you're used to it, even if you're in an environment where you've been doing this for a very long time and you just know how to handle them, and you're like, Morgainne, it's okay, I got this. I know how to handle them. I'm I manage them. Okay. I think you're not acknowledging the level of energy, the levels of energy and the toll that it takes. It weakens you. It will also weaken you in the long run. You're not going to feel it now. You're going to feel it later on, when your energy levels really drop suddenly. But it's not suddenly. It's been a long time coming because you've been constantly. So just take yourself out of this toxic environment. These people are not your people. This leader does not care about you. They're using you. I'm so sorry. Um, the people around you are like yes men or yes women. You know, they don't have critical thinking or capacity to um, grasp higher concepts or anything in whatever way it applies. Um, it's almost like cult vibe, I'll be honest, and or a super toxic work environment that is like very competitive, but like in a stupid way. Like even the person who wins doesn't really get anything. You know, they're not even getting like a fat bonus. It's just an illusion that the supervisors are giving like this contest just so that whoever wins feels the greatest and the baddest, but they didn't get anything tangible out of it. And you know, this is a job environment, a work environment. That the whole purpose of a work environment is for it to have tangible. So I just so, but apply that to to whatever environment you're in, right? If it could be a school, could be an organization, could be a cult. You won't call it a cult, or maybe you will when once you wake up. I don't know, but and someone is kind of waiting for you to make a mistake. That's the really sad part. They don't care about you. They're waiting for you to make a mistake so that they can be like, haha, I was right about Saggy this entire time. Because they'll conflate it and add some spice to it. Bottom of the deck, Tiger. This could be a feminine energy, actually. Um, that has is subverting is the right word. I'm not sure if it's the right word. Their power got, what would be the right word? Twisted inside. It's in knots. There's knots inside of them and got twisted into these knots. And so they operate from that. Just you know what? There's no need to overanalyze this. Just what are you doing there? For those of you that this applies to, it's masochism and it's not healthy. Okay. Good luck, Sag. If you want to talk about it and investigate this further, please reach out to me. You can book a session with me. Link is below. You can have a phone session or you can have a video session. No, you don't have to. You can handle it yourself. It's up to you. Capricorn. So who do we have left? We have Capi, Aqua, Pisces, and Ophiuchus. So 4 more readings. Guys, thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope that you have been pressing the like button to help this video echo in the YouTube realm and reach more seekers. If you want to clip any of the messages that I brought and shared with your audience on social media, because you think others will get it, or maybe not clip, maybe the entire video. I don't know. Feel free to do so as well. We're trying to get the existential shift to get to anyone who could be who can utilize this to their benefit and to their healing and to their advancement. But for that, we need to work with the tangible, realistic tools that we have. In this case, it's YouTube and all of its magical buttons that can create so much. Uh, so yeah, if you feel inclined to play and support, go for it. Okay. Happy for April, please. I'm still with the energy of what Saggy is surrounded by, and it's like, now these are ants, mind you. Not everyone there is a crocodile. Sorry, I know I'm regressing. I'm going back to Saggy because something needs to be said here. Not everyone there is a crocodile. Maybe like one or two, like a few individuals are that crocodile, like really, ugh. But the rest are like ants. It's like useful idiots where they don't know what they're doing or they're not aware what they're playing into or what it is that they're even a part of. It's like, um the little soldiers that don't really know what's up. And it's just so it's not like I'm not saying that everyone there wants to hurt you, of course not, but it's like there are either people who are really want to control you and use you for something, and then there are the rest who are like who don't see it and don't and are not going to see it. It's cult leaders really like when people are very amiable, when their followers are very amiable and don't question and don't have critical thinking, and they don't like independent thinkers. Notice in if you're part of a group, this is a great way to tell. If you if you join a group or you're part of a group where the great majority of people are not very I don't want to say rebellious because that's the other extreme, but just expressive of their free thinking and sharing their ideas that sometimes are in alignment with their environment and sometimes contradict. If they're not engaging in healthy debate, if they kind of always go with what everybody else says, if they have that personality, and you notice that people who do express themselves, who are independent thinkers, who do engage in the ideas from a place of like just being engaged, are somehow pushed to the side, or somehow they stop showing up, or somehow they just don't make it there. That is the first major red flag. Okay, if you don't have a lot of independent thinkers there, if you don't have a lot of independent speakers there, and again, don't jump to the extreme of being like super argumentative all the time and disrespectful, but like if you're engaging within the construct of the conversation that is natural to that place, to that school, to that whatever, um, in a way that is like positively trying to understand and bring up different types of thoughts, that's healthy. That's really important. If you don't have that, that's a sign. Okay. Basically, if everyone around you is insecure and quiet, and the only people in positions of power are like do as everyone does as they say, and it's like there's no even questioning ever. I don't know. No, I do know it's not a good sign. Okay, enough. Next, Capricorn. Message for Capricorn for April, please. Oh, that's so cute. I love this energy. We have lamb and lizard. Okay. What is this? What is this? This energy is a lizard in a sheep clothing. And that lizard is not malice or dangerous, but it is very, very clever and very knowledgeable and very skillful or talented. But they kind of like to present themselves in a very like simplified, not overly complex, um, naive, innocent, not knowing too much energy. They don't show how much they know. They don't say how much they see, right? They don't, a very, very little expression of, their who they are. Very few people know them fully and properly. And I don't even think it's from a place of staying safe where they're like, oh, I'm risking people sabotaging or hurting me if they knew. I don't even think it's that. I think it's a combination of humility and wisdom and also simply like, peace. They don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. They don't feel the need to show how much they know. And I'm getting now that they feel like they can learn so much about what people truly are and how people truly feel and think by not showing how perceptive they are, because then people think to themselves, oh, the slam is not gonna get it. Uh, they're not gonna understand too much. I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna do it. They're not gonna impose a threat. Not that if this is you, right? Not that you're looking to impose a threat, but it just allows you to see more of people's true colors because it's almost like someone will allow themselves to walk around naked if the person in the room is blind. Just a silly example, right? So people will allow themselves, or if they think they're blind, so people will allow themselves to be certain things in certain ways next to someone that they don't think will even notice or pay attention or mind or do anything about it. It can come across as sneaky or can be perceived as sneaky. I'm not picking up on that intention. Now, Capricorn, I don't know if that's you, to be honest. It could be, but the thing about Capricorns, you guys like to exert your knowledge and experience in a way that people can see and tell and then lead with it. It's not a bad thing, it's an awesome thing. We need an extroverted leader. This is an introverted leader. They do make things happen and move around, but in a very quiet, almost like if someone had to pinpoint who is the person that helped figure out this entire mess that everyone got caught in, no one will be able to pinpoint them or even anyone in specific because they will quietly like nudge people, say one little thing here, do one little thing there, and then somehow. So I think it could be you. I think you're dealing with this person in April. I think this person might be in your environment. If they're coming through, I don't know if you're dating them or you have something to learn from them. Could be both. Um, Maybe you just needed that explanation to understand someone in your life and to figure out where they're coming from or what's their deal. And if that's the case, then that's what it is. Good luck and happy April. And if you want to have a personal private session, link is below. It's the existentialshift.as.me. Book a private reading with me. Okay. Let's move on to Aquarius. Yay. Hi, Aqua. What's up, Seeker? Message for Aquarius Seekers for April, please. First card is Cheetah. And then Spider. Oh. Aquarius, someone is studying what and how you are, what you care about, what you like, what is important to you, what speaks to you, and they're constructing something that is in alignment with that, or seems to be in alignment with that, to kind of pull you in or lure you in or invite you, and so that you'll think, oh, this is very suitable for me, this fits me because it looks like something that I resonate with. So for example, if you're going on a date and someone just acts like everything you could ever want and wish for, are they actually that thing though? Are they actually that person, or are they putting on a show because they think that's what will get you to like them? An employee and a potential employee comes to you and they're just saying everything you want to hear and surface level, and in their resume everything is perfect. Is it real though? And so I'm picking up a form of trickery here, because someone really wants you either in their life or something from you. Um, and the presentation, it's it's not exactly, it's like a draft. Now, their intention could be very sincere, right? This could be someone that really truly likes you. So they're trying to learn what it is that you like so that they can, so that now they also like these foods, right? Or they also like that sports team. And it's not, you want to get to know the person for who they really are, right? You don't want to be deceived. Eventually you'll find out that they don't like that food and that they don't like that sports team, or they don't like that weather, or whatever the case may be. And it will change things. So it's a waste of time and energy, but they might not mean harm by it. They're just not very skilled in understanding what matters, and they don't trust themselves to be awesome enough for you to care about them. And when it comes to an employee, maybe they just really need the job. So I don't think it's necessarily like malicious, but think, is this something that would work for you if it wasn't what they're representing, what they present to be? Um, some of you are really focused. Yeah, that's right. Some of you give a lot of attention and focus to something that seems to be perfect because that's what they're doing, putting on like a facade pretty much. Um, and you're not noticing behind them, there's the fox that also came out, was in the bottom of the deck. And you're not noticing an energy that's right behind you that actually has your true colors. It's just, it's shaped differently, or it's presented differently, right? This one is circle, this one is circles, this one is like dotted, whatever, but it's still the same essence presented in different semantics. Um, but they're also not making too much effort in faking being exactly like you, so you're not noticing them, so you're pursuing something that is fitting for you, but you're confused by something that presents itself as to be perfect for you. And so you're missing out on something that doesn't present itself to be perfect for you, but it's nearly perfect for you. And there's no such thing as perfect, but it's actually conveying the same essence, but it's not trying to convince you in trickery. And so what you want to work on is seeing the truth through the facade, seeing the skin through the makeup. Sorry, ladies. Uh, a lady too, I get it. Um, and, just seeing things for what they are. If you work on that, then you won't be deceived so easily, whether they mean to or not. And you'll be able to put your attention on someone who's truly more in alignment with you, a better person to date, better person to hire, better person to work with. I don't know. Okay, but good luck, and feel free to book a session. Okay. Pisces, how are you guys doing? So much energy in your sign. It's crazy. What's up for you in April? We have Deer, and one more, and Whale. Beautiful. Earth and water. I love this very much. Wait, hold on. Okay. You have a protector of some sort, and they don't want you to know that they're protecting you. You have someone who's really, really, really looking out for you. Maybe they're defending you when someone is talking about you and you're not there in the room. Maybe they're doing little things here and there to improve your situation, to help you. Um, they're doing it behind the scenes. They're not showing it off. They're certainly not necessarily telling you that's what they're doing. I don't know why. It's nice to know that someone has your back and is on your side. Um, for whatever reason, they're choosing to keep it quiet, but they're there. Their presence is very much there. And throughout the month of April, if not further, I think this is someone that is to stay in your life. Could be a very old friend that will stay your friend. This could be a past life, ancient connection that just continues every life. And they're just there for you, no questions asked. It just kind of comes natural to them. I don't know why they don't want you to know, though. I don't know why they're not saying it. Um, but they do have influence and power over their environment. When they speak, they are heard, um, and are appreciated for it, and taken with genuine consideration. It could be an ancestor that is not amongst the living, right? It could be an ancestor, it could be a spirit guide, could be a loved one that has passed away, it could be like a grandparent. Um, there's and it can also be someone real and tangible, alive and well. Oh my God, I know it's on the table. Stop it. It's okay. It's not the door. There's no one there. I knocked on the table. I did foot fun. The dog went ballistic. Sit down. It's okay. It's okay. There's no one there. Use your smell. She's like obsessed with what she heard, but she's not recognizing that the smell, the scent is not there, that there's no one actually there. It's even if they're not physically there, their influence is very strong on you and you can sense it. Can't necessarily see it or know it. So maybe you have an inclination to knowing who this person is. Sit down and relax. It's okay. Everything's okay. Thank you. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Good girl. Oh gosh. It's okay. Thank you for being a bodyguard. Thank you. Okay. It's okay, baby. Good girl. It's okay. Thanks. Anyway, so Pisces, will they show themselves to you in April? Like, if this is a person, I'm curious. Sorry, if this is a person, living, breathing person in Pisces life that is really has their back. I want more card about this for April. Nightingale. Oh yes, it will make itself known. You'll definitely know. You'll have a conversation about it. It will be very, very clear. Like, yeah, maybe they're waiting for the right time or for the right way, or I don't know. I don't know, but you'll definitely hear about it and know about it from them. Or from someone else telling you, hey, this person was really showing up for you and standing up for you. Thank you, Pisces. Feel free to book a session. Next is, last but not least, Ophiuchus, Seeker 13. That was so funny. I literally knocked on the table and the dog just went ballistic. Okay, good. Ophiuchus for April. You have Hawk. And Wolf. Wow. Wow. And Starfish. Okay, Ophiuchus, you're about to have someone very influential in your life. When I said influential, what I meant is like influential to you, but now I'm picking up they might be influential in general. So someone in a position of power, someone in a position of leadership, someone in the public eye. For some of you, perhaps, not necessarily. Could be a mentor, a teacher, could be someone in a position of power that is able to invest in you or give you an opportunity of some sort. It will play out differently for different Ophiuchus out there. Ophiuchus, that's cute. Um, and this is someone that really acknowledges and knows all your talents and skills and really appreciate them. Like they're seeing you as like this very what's the word? Very I can't find the right word. Very gifted, very gifted. And people like that don't get to the positions they get to by not having a keen eye for detail and hidden aspects of things. You know, they recognize talent, they recognize potential, they recognize skill, they recognize essence, they recognize, right? They have that hawk wolf eye. Um, very bright, very clear-minded person. You cannot play games with this person. Don't play games with this person. Because if this person really enters your life and wants to work with you, invest in you, be with you, again, whatever applies, um, keep it humble and keep it respectful. Respect is a very important in this case. Goes a long way. Humility and respect will go a very long way with this person. And being amiable and willing to, I don't know, work. or whatever applies. Again, learn. I don't know. It can be so many things. Whatever applies. So I don't know. Is this person in Ophiuchus' life already? I don't know. But either way, they're making an appearance, a very clear appearance. They're like facing you. They're expressive. They come with something very tangible, with a vision. And I think this could really make you very happy and feel like, oh my God, this is perfect for me. It's like a perfect fit, perfect love, um, perfect job opportunity, perfect investor, perfect job, perfect lover, perfect um, friend, perfect. They're powerful though. They don't take bullshit. I feel like I'm reiterating. They don't take bullshit, so don't play games. I really recommend to not play games. They will come to you direct, reply direct. All right, we did it. Oh, goodness. Wow. Thank you so much, my beautiful seekers, for tuning in. I hope these messages inspired, helped, or at the very least that they were entertaining. If you're new to the existential shift and you've lasted this long, then you must be into it. Subscribe. Join the shift. Um, you know, don't worry, be happy, whatever. Stay magic, stay true, stay free. Check out the description box. I love you. Bye for now.